Hi, it's Courtney. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator from Australia and welcome to my channel. Today I'm making a card using numerous stamp sets, and the first one I'm using is Forever Blossoms from the current mini catalogue. Okay, I'm using the main floral element, and I am stamping a few, although you will notice I don't actually use them all. So I quite frequently do that, so I've got some spare bits. So just stamping them out. That's just a half a piece of Whisper White that I've stamped with some Memento, and then I've pulled in all my blends. I've got a variety of my green tone blends, the yellows, and the Calypso Corals and Pumpkin Pies. I just like to pull out a couple of them at a time. Okay, and I knew what colour background I was going to play with. So I'm going to speed these up even more than they've already sped up, because you don't need to watch me colour. Okay, so once they're all coloured in, it's now time to cut them out. So I'll just cut around them quite roughly before I then bring in the dies and actually cut them out, for want of a better word, properly. And there is a reason why I use the dies. So I'll just finish colouring this last flower in, just so I've got a bit of choice. I do like to put things on my cards in odd numbers, so just to sort of see how we go. Okay, so bringing the dies in. The die set's called Cherry Blossoms, and I've cut out all my elements before, so it makes it easy to pick out the ones I want. So I can just easily see them and grab them, and at the click of a fingers, here's some I prepared earlier. And I'll just pull them apart. I've also, you'll notice, cut them out in black, and that's because I actually want to frame them in black. So even though I've cut out the main elements of the flowers, I'm then going to trim them up again. So we'll just stay tuned. Okay, so now I've got my flowers trimmed up the way that I want them. I'm going to pull out my sentiments, and I'm using abstract impressions for that. There's a really cool one that says, if flowers were hugs, I'd send you 1,000, and that's actually what I wanted to do. So I'm going to trim that up to fit into my little stitched rectangle frame there. And using the little trimmer, this excellent little trimmer, I love the little trimmer. It's really good for cutting photos, I will tell you, and getting them perfect. Okay, so I've got that sorted, and now I'm going to start to glue things together. First of all, though, I will make note, the little white areas, I didn't cut them out. So I'm just colouring them in with black. As you can see, it's just another black blends. Everything else is dry, just so that it looks like everything's black, because I'm then going to sit this flower element, actually, and the leaves, everything on top of the other pieces of black, so that it looks really cool. Okay, the other thing that I'm doing, and I'm not sure if you noticed I just did on that, but you'll see me really, it's easier to see on here. I'm actually going around all my edges, and I'm just using the edge of my brush to go around them, just to give them a little bit of colour, just to take away from that white. So once I layer it upon my black background, for want of a better word, you won't see any of that white. Okay, so let's now pull all the other bits in. So we've got our base colour, that's the beautiful Bermuda Bay. And, oh, did you notice what I did there? I normally do pinch from my my background piece, so I'd taken out some of the elements ready to put on with my flowers. So now I'm just sort of getting a bit of a layout of the land before I'm then going to just shove it all off and we're going to do something else with it. Let's do our background. I'm going to bring in some balmy blue. I start with a dauber, but it was a slow process. So I got my Bermuda Bay onto my sponge roller, which was a lot quicker, for want of a better word. So the colours I've used are balmy blue, Bermuda Bay, and now I'm bringing in some granny apple green, just to give it a little bit of a change. And I'm just going around my edges, adding a little bit more colour. Yep, looks smick. Okay, back with Very Versailles. I think I've used this script font from it for my last few projects. I'll add a couple of leaves just from the original stamp set, just so that they're there. But there's something about that script that I just really love. Okay, we'll just make everything look pretty smick. And it's time to glue it all together. Okay. Couldn't decide. It ended up on the white. So my piece of Bermuda Bay ended up back in the cupboard. We'll just pop it all together and, well, you'll see how it comes together. It looks pretty nice. I am adding an inner piece to my card. That is because our blends soak through the cardstock. That's part of how they work. I'll also stamp on the envelope. Now, I'll give you a tip. When you are colouring the envelope, however, press very lightly so that you're just getting a little bit of colour on there. But or you can stick a bit of cardstock in just to protect it a little bit. Okay, whack that one in there, and then, yeah, I just barely touched it. And then your pretty card is all ready to go. Okay, thanks for joining me. Once again, I'm Courtney and I'm from Australia. Happy stamping.